reaction you made to the Snoopy Badazz interview I did, and I wanted to break it down with you and go over it with you because, you know, it felt like you wanted me to dive in a little deeper on some topics, but I like to let you guys just talk and get what you want off the top. You know what I mean? So that way it's organic. But man, first off, what was your reaction with the Snoopy Badazz interview?
I thought it was comical because the way you came into it, it was unscripted to the point where you never knew what he was gonna say. And just the way he lied about so many things, man, and just overall looking at it like, you know, I think it was just the wrong message, man. You know, pointing the finger, throwing your rocket out in your hand. But Snoopy gotta realize, bro, you about 35, 40 years old. You an uncle now. You know what I'm saying? You Uncle Snoopy. You not no spring chicken out here. You smelling what I'm selling? So I was just looking at it like he really full court pressing, blaming Spider and he's the cause, and it just got comedy all over it.
Yeah, that Snoopy Badazz, man, he is a controversial figure when it comes to hip hop on the West Coast and this whole blog sphere, you know, anything on social media. Cause you know, he's on most of the bigger platforms. And some of the stories that he tells are so galvanizing, man, that a lot of people, man, they get drawn into it. They go viral. A lot of the clips go viral. People have a lot of opinions about what he said, you know, and I like Snoopy Badazz because he's so unfiltered and he really feels and believes what he says. But I know you had some objections. And one of those that you talked about in your reaction was the situation with Nipsey Hussle. Now, what did you feel about the whole Nipsey Hussle segment?
You got to take me back to that part.
Okay, so the first thing that I saw was, you know, he was talking about Jay Stone, and you went to high school with Nipsey Hussle, Jay Stone, and Rimpar, correct?
Yeah.
And he talked about how Jay Stone was originally from Main Street, and now he's on Rolling 60s.
Yeah, man, that's why I said, man, that brother right there must have been putting some crystal in his weed or something, man. He's smoking hard, man. I've been knowing Jay Stone since we was pups, man. You know what I'm saying? Before we even had hair on our face. You know what I'm saying? It was a skinny little, but his chest out with it though. You know what I'm saying? He had to, because his brother, rest in peace, was like a real rider. You know what I'm saying? So just to hear Snoopy say what he said, man, it was just crazy, man. Because when I look at Snoopy, he was from 5 different hoods. You know what I'm saying? He was from Sex, Murder, Cash, Neighborhood Parish. He was pushing some other hood in LA. Then he ended up, you know, in Compton. He was all over the place, man. And see, what most people don't tell y'all that, you know, his brain is fried from all them drugs, all that he was snorting up his nose, man. And it's to this day. I look, and don't get me wrong, I think he is definitely a good podcaster when he get behind that camera, but a lot of that's be fabricated.
Now, he's been honest about his drug use in the past. Like I don't hold it against him, you know.
Oh yeah.
Who had a struggle or anything, right?
Mm.
But you know, he sounds so specific on a lot of the things that he talks about. So it was like, you know, when he talked about the whole situation with Jay Stone, you know, I almost feel like I had heard that before somewhere, man.
Man, you just got to double back into, you know, got to go down memory lane. Because if you go down that rabbit hole and you see that that's fabricated, you know, you go double back. You'd be like, damn, what else he lied about? Because first of all, he never even knew Jay Stone. That's just hearsay. You know what I'm saying? I think when you coming from the streets, man, I think we all want to protect our name. You know what I'm saying? We all want to walk away with our dignity and our integrity. And a lot of people like Snoopy, because they dropped the ball. Snoopy like one of the people that, you know what I'm saying, it's for your homeboys, y'all running from the police and he get caught. Your homies behind the bushes. He like, hey, come on, blood, they got us. Come on, Kilo, they got blood, they got me, blood, they got us. And all that type of, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I just had to look at it as, you know, he putting paint where it ain't.
Yeah, you saying he was like, hey, man, they caught us. And you like, nah, man, they caught you type.
Yeah, I mean, to me, Snoopy is a liar. And one thing we know about a liar is what? A lie ain't never lied to nobody. You know what I'm saying? A lie ain't never lied to nobody, man. So, you know, looking at how he lied and all that, man, I just, you know, for me to see growth with him yo, just keep it PG-13. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the gangbanging, it's over, man. Like, hang it up. You know what I'm saying? First of all, just imagine being a 35-year-old with ops in 2025 and the average gangbanger is 14 to 22. You like an old man. Like, how do you politic on children? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do, a drive-by and hit a 25-year-old and you 40? Like, Uncle Snoop, sit down somewhere, man. You know what I'm saying? Go and get that perm in your head and do your little beat braids, Jerry curl, and just sit in the house and talk about something different. You know?
Nah, I get it. Now, there's some things, people are going to come back and they're going to say this, man.
Okay.
Talk about the fact that, you know, you and Spider Loc are homies. And he built the narrative during the interview and in other interviews and during his lives that, you know, Spider Loc, he feels is after his career is out to get him. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that part about it?
About Spider after his career?
Yeah.
Snoopy ain't never had no career, man. That ain't Snoop Dogg gave him was not even real. You know what I'm saying? Daz, you know, I just talked to Daz the other day. I know Daz don't rock with him. I know Warren G don't rock with him. So, you know, all the Snoop Dogg crew and, you know, that whole, you know, compound over there, man, he blew it up with the internet like he was really on with Snoop, man. It was never gonna happen. But far as Spider, man, I don't understand why Spider even get that dude the time of day, man, because I remember when Snoopy was, you know, I seen the messages. Snoopy was meat pulling. You know what I'm saying? He was pulling sausage, want to be like Spider Loc because he admired his crippin', how he's so authentic, he ain't never switched up, and everybody crippin' ain't the same, man. I think he thought that they was one of a same con, and they never was. You know, Spider was a real, you know, East Side stump down gang banger when he was banging. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no stain on his name like Snoopy. But I think when it comes to Spider, I think we all want to, you know, become who we really want to be once we reach a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of times when we look at the streets, man, all we see is, you know, brothers killing brothers and it's glorified. Like I said last time, man, you know, a Chinese man could be, a black person could work at a Chinese liquor store and he's frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Because he's stocking orange juice and toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? But that dude who was driving in his lowrider, got in a shootout in broad daylight on the block and accidentally hit, Auntie Lynn, you know what I'm saying, in the shoulder, he go to jail, come home, he's praised.
Yeah, it's weird like that because, you know, I was watching your reaction that you did, and I hate to cut you off, but this hits close to home because during your reaction you did about Big Sad, some guy who was talking during your reaction brought up that point, you know? Big Sad was in a situation where, you know, his paperwork is out there, it is what it is, but the fact that he was in that situation, you know what I'm saying, and then he's grown from that, people really didn't look past it, you know? And before we get to the Big Sad thing, though, I still want to stay here on the Snoopy Badazz situation in Spider Loc because it got a little deeper, man. You know what I mean? Because Snoopy Badazz made the assumption or allegation, I should say, he made the allegation that Spider Loc had something to do with what happened to set up against Snoopy Blue, another one of your homeboys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We did music videos and all that. Yeah. You know, I'm be honest with you. At one point in time, I had my CD was in the hood. Like, I'm a big figure in my neighborhood, and I remember Snoopy Blue popped up early, and then Spider Loc popped up, and it was all cool at one point in time in life. But you know, as grown men, you know, get older and they have differences. Is just some things that, you know, you can't let go. But I don't think Spider Loc had anything to do with his murder. I mean, I know a lot of people who accused him because of the friction and the tension, but yeah, man, that's in-house, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, Snoopy Badazz don't know what he talking about. You see what I'm saying? His ears, he really can't hear loud or something because what he's stating is not accurate. That's why I say he's fabricating. How can you accuse another man of something with no proof? You know, that's just like the time. What about the time, you know what I'm saying? You was trying to, you know, take your baby mama daughter on the blade and get her to work for you. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, the time where, you know, she found dookie stains in your drawers and you came home late one night, you know what I'm saying, smelling like fish. Then you was mad because she didn't want to, You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of allegations behind himself too, man. I know his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? I talk to her a lot. That's the homegirl. You know, so I got all his dirty secrets. So yeah, it get ugly. So you want to get out there, Nick, put all that real shit out there while you telling them lies. Cause I tell people all the time, never destroy somebody's name with a lie when somebody can destroy your name with the truth. You know?
Nah, that's well said. But to be honest, let's be real. Over there on other platforms, his a lot of his personal life, like with his old lady and his baby mom, it's been publicized. Like people have done full on blogs about a lot of his stuff. So it's like sometimes like there was a point in time there where it looked like he was backed in a corner, man. So it almost makes sense sometimes that he comes out blasting on people, or not blasting in real life. I mean, like figuratively, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Snoopy jumped in my DM, you know, because he didn't make threats and because remember one time my brother died while I was on live, and I was on live with his baby mama. And then he ended up saying like, yeah, see, you playing with God. That's why your brother died, talking all this, you know, little 1-2. But oh yeah. Nah, but see, when you gotta realize when it comes to this internet, man, anything go, man. You can't look at from what people say. You gotta look at what people do. And we know that Snoopy ain't go jump out his body on nobody. He just go pop it on the internet. But now you gotta realize, man, when it comes to Snoopy know how close I am to his baby mama. And it's a lot of shit I really don't put out there because I don't believe in playing super dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like the truth, you know, yeah, that it could get ugly.
Now, his baby mom, she was actually a singer, right? And she had a couple of placements in the past and whatnot. But we've seen this before where she was like she was messing with Crip Mac for a second there too. You know what I mean?
Was they?
Or that's what Crip Mac told me during the...
okay. Well, Crip Mac said it, you know what I'm saying? And it must be real then, because, you know, women that died with a lie.
Yeah, and they could have been playing it up for social media. He could have just been trying to diss Snoopy back. It could have been a lot of things, right? But what's crazy is, man, how come his baby moms just seems to always be in the mix as like a weapon against him in these situations? Like, why does he always get that dirty?
I mean, see, what most people don't realize is, you know, the men always cry about what the woman do to him, but you never see the first 5 minutes of why she started reacting the way she reacted. Most of the time, you know, you got to realize that sometimes when you dealing with women in the beginning, you know, they go fake be submissive. They go act like they like you, they care, they love you. And once you see who they really are, then they start to expose who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, she realized that Snoopy is just you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna sugarcoat that shit. You know, cause you gotta think about it. Just cause you know, you talking down about the Bloods, the Pyros, you know, in this gang culture, it only means that you are speaking on that you couldn't go through, you know? Nah, man, I think with him, he's fighting an identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? I've never met anybody who has the talent and the potential to be a good podcaster, make lucrative money, decides to use the platform just for gang culture. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you gotta realize you 35 years old, man. All that gangster you did, all that pen time that you brag about, that don't count, man. It's like a driver's license that's expired, you know?
Yep, nah, a very good analogy too. So you're kicking it, man. Yo, but just to end this little bit off about Snoopy Badazz or whatnot, what do you think about his allegation, right? His allegation that the neighborhood Crips are using platforms to go at him and the rest of the Bloods that are popping on social media.
I think by him inserting himself with the other Bloods, knowing that he's on the island by himself, is just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, I don't know how he do his hair. I don't know if he put that just for me or that Hawaiian silk perm in his hair is frying his scab or something, because you by yourself out here. Ain't nobody rocking with you. You see, I'm saying that time that nigga ran up on you from Warren Lane and made you diss, you know, Hollywood and Pyru, and you double backed and faked like it was a movie scene and it was a clip for some content, man. They already seen a sucker in you. You know, it's two things you can't come back from. It's telling, and you know, liking chili on your hot dog. Those are the only two things that you can't come back from, you know. And you know, I look at it like this. Sometimes you gotta realize that God will take everything away from you so you could be who you was supposed to be a long time ago. I think we all put on the mask and try to be hard, and you know, we be something that we not when we're around people that we're not always around. You know, and we could see the fake and the foul, you know, chemistry that he put on the camera. He's a character, yeah, cool. But the gangbanging, bro, like is played out. So anytime gangsters, a real dude, see him still play this gangster role, yeah, we on your ass, Jack. We know that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Whack exposed you. You know what I'm saying? And showed him like, yeah, this gangster ain't for you. You know, and he was like, oh, I know. Trust and believe me. This is over. Yeah, fingernails cripped up and shit, all that crazy ass shit. Well,